Hello and welcome to the F1 2017 Esports League Championship. On the PC side, this is round 2 at Bahrain, and after last week's round 1 at China, which didn't go too well for me, I went with quite a bit of confidence into this race. Feeling good on this track. It's not the most difficult one, to be honest. So yeah, should be a good one. Onto the qualifying lap now, braking for turn 1, just before the 100 meter board. Missed the apex there a little bit. Carry as much speed as possible through here without cutting or going wide. At the exit, towards turn 4 now, braking just before the curb starts on the left. Passing the inside curb very closely without touching it here to carry a lot of speed through this section. Now turns 5, 6 and 7. I always struggle through here, I have no idea why. It's not that difficult, but yeah. Turn 8 now, second gear, using a little bit of throttle to rotate the car, but don't be too aggressive, it's really slippery at the exit here. Turns 9 and 10 now really difficult to brake without locking up. Little lockup doesn't hurt you too much during the qualifying lap, but during the race you should avoid it because it burns your tires really quickly. Turn 11 now, braking just before the 50 meter board. Turned in a little bit too early here, cost me quite a bit of time. Turn 12 flat out, up the hill, then braking for turn 13. Normally this is a 4th gear corner, I used 3rd gear, otherwise I would have been probably too wide on at the exit. And now towards the last corner, 100 meter board, braking 4th gear on the throttle as early as possible without touching the curb on the outside. And that's already a lap of Bahrain done. It's a 28.8. I wasn't really happy with it, but it's okay, could have been worse. And as you can see, I carried on for another lap, and after the first 3 corners I already gained almost 2 tenths, but unfortunately I binned it later on this lap, so yeah. 28.8 is my qualifying time. Maybe could have done a 28.5 or 28.6, but P14 on the grid, not too bad. As I said, not happy with it, but it's okay. So, starting the race now. Away we go, reaction time again. Could have been better than it was the same in China, but we have a better start to Marco in front of us. Braking for turn 1 and he brakes really late and yeah, yes, okay, yes, thank you. And that has gone from bad to worse.
Damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
Yeah, Jeff said it. Damage on the front wing. I couldn't see it on the graphics, but I definitely felt it already through these first corners. A little bit of a duel here with Westy. He has to back out on the medium tires, but yeah, that is really not the start I've hoped for. Lost a lot of positions and also front wing damage. Now, I mean, it's the first lap and I wasn't even thinking about giving up.
Not the start we were looking for, but it's not over yet. Stay focused.
Yeah, Jeff hits it on point there. I wasn't even thinking about giving up at this point, but if you be realistic, the race is basically over. The race is basically over at this point. I mean, yeah. The only hope is now that we can stay with the train in front of us. Oh, there's Klawutski, already retired. Not the luckiest person in the series so far. But yeah, as I said, what a devastating start for us. The only hope now is to stay within the train in front of us. Try to stay within DRS range and lose as less time as possible until the first pit stop and see what we can do during the second stint on the mediums. Lap 1 is done, P17 for now. At this point I was quite confident that I could stay with these guys. There's a car off the track, it's top 97 HD, so already in P16, and then we see another slow car, it's Enzo. He was leading this race at the early laps. He disconnected, very unfortunate for him. But we're already up to P50 and coming on to lap 4. Another yellow flag, and it's white comms on the grass. No idea how he got there. It's P14 for us, so we move up positions. Obviously this is not how I want to move up positions, but I'll take it. I have no other choice anyway. I'll take it, and we're not that far away from the points positions at the moment. Starting lap 5 then now. You can see Kalon on the mediums in front of us. I think there are a few people that started on mediums. That probably helps me a little bit because it's easier for me to stay with them. I'm on the softs, obviously, and yeah. Then something happened I really didn't want to happen. Cars in front of me started fighting, and that was pretty bad because that splits us apart from the other cars in front of us. So yeah, Fehler on a struggle here. He's also on the medium tires, fighting with Kalon. Kalon making another mistake and forcing Fehler wide, so we gain another position without doing anything. So P13 for now. But yeah, as I said, the bad thing is that Kalon is now out of DRS range from the other cars in front. Or maybe he's in DRS. No, he's out of it. He has no DRS. So yeah, that was a pretty bad thing. And going for a few laps further, we see starting lap 7 and I'm just DRS range of Kalon, but I'm starting to drop off now and getting pressured by Fehler. He tries to overtake here. Oh, he went a little bit deep. I did try to defend. I just hope that he makes it as clean as possible, but he didn't. So we are still side by side, and this is absolutely not what I wanted to happen. Fighting on other cars, because this will lose me a lot of time. And also Fehler, he will be as mad as you can imagine, because he also loses a lot of time with fighting me, but he isn't able to make the move for now. Obviously I don't want to give the position away so easy. Maybe I should have done that, I don't know. But yeah, it really didn't help me at all. As you can see, end of lap 9 we lost touch with the guys in front. On the mediums, the other cars on soft and super soft ran away even further down the road. And starting lap 10, we're under pressure again from Fehler, and he tries to make the dive bomb this time, but we saw it coming a long time ago. We can make this switch back easily here and get a really ridiculous extension warning there. Yeah, I don't know why, it wasn't even over the lines. So end of lap 10 now, we missed an apex once again, and we're now side by side with Fehler, and at this time I had enough. I mean, I wanted to come into the pits anyway, but yeah, I really was pissed off at this stage. I lost so much time with this front wing. Then you could see 8.7 second pit stop, and as you can see on the minimap, after this long pit stop and also the horrific first stint, we were basically nowhere in this race. However, of course I did want to give up. I still tried to give my best, hit good lap times, and try to catch up maybe if something happens at the front. But yeah, as you can see, it goes from bad to worse to really, really worse. 3-second time penalty on top of the things that already happened in this race. And as you can see on the minimap, yeah, there is the midfield, there are the points positions. Just, you know, what is this, maybe 5 seconds ahead of us. And I lost that 5 seconds with the pit stop alone. So yeah, it was really, really frustrating. I mean, the pace was good this time. Low to mid 32s, that's where I wanted to be and where I was in this race, but that was probably the pace of most of the other guys on the mediums as well. And we have yellow flags here and a little bit of a pile up there, cars sideways on the track. I don't know who exactly it was Cam and another car. And this means we're in P12 now. So yeah, as I said, I ran the pace of the other guys, but obviously if you equal them you can't catch up. That was the main problem for me in this race. I wasn't able to do anything crucial, and that's the story of my race, more or less. As you can see on the top left, Graham Carroll has won. Not the biggest surprise on this evening, I would assume. Coming through the final corner, there's Michael off the road, and that means we're finishing in P11. Only one position of the points. After all the shit that happened in this race, yeah, made it even more frustrating, I would say. Finished P11 in China as well after penalties were awarded. So what can I say? Again, my target was to finish in the top 10, and again I failed. So you can bet I will try again next week at Suzuka for the finale of this little mini-series. And I'm really glad it's Suzuka for the last round, because obviously one of the greatest tracks on the calendar, if not the best. So hopefully it will go better there for me. And hopefully I will have some clean and fun racing finally, because these first two races I really was on my own for the most of the time, racing in no man's land. So yeah, hopefully, I said enough of hopefully, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.